Hello students, today we will be discussing under capital structure, that is hypothesis. Based upon hypothesis, we will be discussing the problem solution session today. To explain the hypothesis, what I have given my earlier lecture video, what are both the with tax, without tax, hypothesis detail we have discussed. Today, with the help of an example or one problem, we will try to give you how that application of that hypothesis. You see that here one problem is there, that is Topco Limited and all equity finance company is considering the repurchase of 200 lakhs equity and to replace it with 15% debentures of the same amount. That means initially the firm was unlevered firm, so there was no question of this your debt. Now they are repurchasing 200 lakhs of equity and it has been replaced by 15% debenture. Current market value of the company is 1140 lakhs and its cost of capital is 20%. Its earning before interest and tax EBIT are expected to remain constant in future. That is the assumption. Future it will be same. Its entire earnings is distributed as dividend. Applicable tax rate is 30%. You are required to calculate the impact on the following account of the change in the capital structure as per hypothesis. What they have been asked to calculate you? The market value of the firm, that is the company, its cost of capital and its cost of equity. You know that cost of capital and cost of equity will be the different from that. So first of all, we will be making the market value MV of Topco Limited. You see that MV before repurchase, that means before repurchase it is the unlevered firm was there is no debt, BUL, that is 1140 lakhs as it has been given in your problem. So MV market value after repurchase, it has been added, value of unlevered firm plus debt into applicable tax rate. You see that tax rate is 30%. So your 1140 plus 200 lakhs, they are replacing it into 30%. So this will be your this 1200. That means value of the levered firm L after repurchase is 1200 lakhs. So impact of market value of the firm. So initially it was, when it was unlevered firm, that time 1140. When it is the date has come to the picture, your 60 lakhs has been added. So that means 1200 minus 1140. So market value of the firm has been increased by 60 lakhs. Now we have to calculate the weighted average cost of capital. You see that weighted average cost of capital after repurchase formula is cost of equity and weight of equity and cost of debt into weight of debt. Now question comes, cost of equity is not known and cost of debt also not known. So to solve this thing, weighted average cost of capital, what we have to do, we are to find before that the cost of equity first we have to calculate. You see that cost of equity before repurchase, when it was an unlevered firm, cost of equity after repurchase it will be, you see that hypothesis, that formula is there, KO is that before that these things, then cost K0 minus KD, D into 1 minus T by E. What are those things? K0 is 20. So initial that cost of capital 20% and KO minus KD equal to 20% 0.0 and KD equal to your 15. D equal to your debt and 1 minus T equal to your tax rate. So this will be 200 lakhs into 1 minus 30 tax rate by 1000 your equity. So if you solve these things, very simple, that 20.70 is coming. Cost of equity after repurchase your this thing. So that means initially this is the cost of unlevered firm, but when cost of equity after repurchase it has come to your 20.70. So impact on market value of the firm, you see that initially it was 20%, that cases cost of capital, now it is 20.7, so increase by 0.7. So impact on market value of a firm increase by 0.70. Then cost of debt before these things, KD equal to before tax cost of debt, K0 equal to cost of unlevered firm. K0 is the unlevered firm, K equal to unlevered firm. You see, KO equal to unlevered firm and cost of equity unlevered, both being the same, their debt has not come to the picture, where E equal to the value of equity, E equal to. So now we are to see these things. When we will be calculating the weighted average cost of capital, it will be coming these things, your cost of equity into weighted average weight of equity, cost of debt into weight of debt. Now you calculate that after repurchase your figure has come 20.70 and this weight of your equity is 1000 by 12 lakhs, 1200 lakhs, and your cost of debt after your impact of repurchase, here these things is your 10.50. So you see the 10.50 how it is coming. KD equal to interest into 1 minus T. Initially it was 15%, after tax this will be 10.50. So 10.50 by 200 lakhs by 12 lakhs. So that is 19% will be there. So what will be your impact on these things? Impact will be, initially it was 20%, now it is 19%. So your impact on market value of firm decrease by 1%. That means whenever your capital structure debt is coming, so definitely that time your market value of the firm is decreasing. Here it is decreased by 1%. So other things we have calculated, cost of equity and impact on market value of the firm and cost of debt, cost of levered firm, unlevered firm, everything we have discussed here. So today this is the thing we have calculated for your this way basic concept, taking into considerations for your hypothesis basis. So here we will be discussing one more problem same way based on hypothesis. So there one more new thing we have to understand there, that we will be giving these things. See, another example we can give that there are two companies, N Limited and M Limited, having same earnings before interest and taxes, EBIT of rupees 20,000, right? So M Limited is a liver company having a debt of rupees 1 lakh at the rate of 7% rate of interest, right? The cost of equity of N Limited is 10% and M Limited is 11.50%. What we have to do? Compute how arbitrage process will be carried on. Why this problem we have discussed in addition to that earlier problem? See, this arbitrage process is a new thing you have to understand under your hypothesis. How to do that way? We are to see that our solution stage will be coming for this way. You see, company your M Limited and N Limited, right? Two companies. Then EBIT, both cases there EBIT become the same, 20,000 rupees 20,000, right? Then your debt, you see, which is your liver firm? Your M Limited is the liver firm. Definitely liver firm debt will be there. And N Limited is an unlivered firm. There will no debt. And your cost of equity, here your M Limited 11.50 and here your N Limited 10%. Cost of debt equal to your 7%. Your M Limited when there is debt and there is nothing, since your N Limited there is no debt. So now we have to see that how to calculate here the value of equity first. Value of equity. So S equal to net operating income minus interest by cost of equity, right? So SM value, M company 20,000 minus 7,000. Why 7,000 we are giving? Interest we are deducting. Here 7%, 1 lakh. So 7,000 we are deducting, and cost of equity here itself is your 11.5%. So how this figure is coming? Equal to your rupees 1,13,043. So this is the value of equity of M Limited. You got it, right? So similar way, what we have to do? We have to calculate. You have another company is there, that is N Limited. So that N Limited value of firm V, firm V equal to S plus D. So V M equal to 1,13,043 plus its debt is there, no? So that will be added here. So 2,13,043, it will be the value of the firm. So this will be the VM, M Limited value of the firm. Then VN equal to only your it will be this 2 lakhs only. How these things 2 lakhs will be coming for that? 20,000 by 10% simply. 20,000 by 10%. So multiply, you make it, that 2 lakhs will come. Okay, 100 into 10, 20 lakhs. So this is the value of the firm, because here debt concept is not there since it becoming an unlevered firm. So you understand that from here value of M Limited is 2 lakh and value of M Limited, value of the firm M Limited is 2,13,000. Now this question come, you very carefully understand what is the question of or how to calculate the arbitrage process. So this is the concept under your MM hypothesis. Arbitrage process. If you have 10% shares, suppose 10% shares of M Limited, your value of investment in equity shares is 10% of 1,13,043. That is 10% of that 11,304.30, and return will be 10%, 20,000 minus 7,000 equal to rupees 1,300. So this stage we understand, no? So this is an example. Suppose you can calculate it 20% shares or 15% like that. So value of the firm based individual investor, whether he has 5% share or 10% shares, he can easily calculate for this thing. That is, we are talking about that arbitrage process. So if you have 10% shares of M Limited, your value of investment definitely will be 10% of, because total value your share how much, which is the 10% of these things, that is 11,304, and the return will be 20,000 minus, you see that total earning before interest and tax. Before that you have to cost of debt, you have to pay for that, no? So your cost of debt is 7,000. So balance the hands in the company will be 13,000, and your shares will be 10% of that. That is your 1,300, right? So this is the concept here. We have understood this thing. So this way you have to follow your this arbitrage process. So these calculations you can make it in your other chapters also. This way you can do these things, that your 15% you can calculate it, 20% you can calculate it, all those things you can calculate this way. So this is the problem for the day. So we have discussed other chapters and our theoretical portions, MM hypothesis. We will be discussing for other theories under your capital structure in my other videos. Kindly do subscribe to my channel so that well circulated will be there. We are concluding this video here. Have a good day.